Hey guys, it's Admin Amber from I Love Being Young Mom, and this is my video answering all the questions that you asked me over the past week. So let's get started. Do you want any more kids? Yes, I would like at least one more, and we're hoping that it'll be a boy, but whatever we have, we'll be happy with, and we're stopping at 2 kids. So the next one that we have is it for us. What are you doing? Don't slam stuff, okay? Sorry. What part of Ohio are you from? I'm near Martins Ferry, Ohio. I'm not going to give our exact town right now. And how old were you when you met your husband? I was 17 and we actually met on MySpace. I've told you guys the story before and I can't believe we're where we're at today. And while I'm doing this, I had to write all my questions down on paper because I can't read them off my phone and make a video at the same time because right now my phone's the only thing I currently get internet on. Thursday they're going to come and put our internet in and our cable in and our house phone. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, we just moved into a new house recently, so everything still needs to get turned on and everything, but it's coming along good. Okay, next question. How old were you when you had Sophia? I became pregnant with her at 17 and I had her when I was 18. What is the most hurtful stereotype you face as a young mother? I think a lot of people can relate to this whenever I say this. Young moms do tend to get a bad reputation because there are young mothers who are bad mothers, who go out and party every single day or put other people, especially men, in front of their own child's needs. And they'll just pass their child off on anybody just so they can go out and have fun. But for those of us young mothers that actually stay home with them every single day, have them 24/7, and never even get a chance to be alone, like, it just makes, I guess you could say it makes us look bad because we're still all young moms. But in my opinion, the young mothers that I know make much better parents than, say, a 40 or 30-year-old mother. Age doesn't define what a good mother you are, but your maturity level does. So if you still want to go out and party all the time, you're not ready for a kid. You're not supposed to have a kid right now. But that's just the most hurtful stereotype that I feel like a lot of us can relate to right now is all young moms are bad moms. No, you're definitely wrong. And all these pages on Facebook, they totally tick me off. But there's nothing we can do about those right now. Next question. How did your parents react when you told them you were pregnant? At the time, I currently wasn't on good talking terms with my parents, but they were very supportive after I told them. What discipline technique do you use with Sophia? We use timeouts and we use spankings, light spankings, not a spanking that leaves a mark on her body, but just enough to let her know that she did something wrong and she's not supposed to do it. So I guess you could just say like a love tap. What's your favorite part about being a mommy? My favorite part is getting to see how Sophia developmentally grows and how much she learns. Every single day, she always learns something new, and it's so amazing to me. I love being a mom because you get to experience things that you never thought you get to experience with a child. You get to see how much they learn, how they grow, what new words they get to say every single day. There's always something new with Sophia. She's so surprising. Next question is, how did you come up with Sophia's name? I actually didn't come up with it. After we figured out we were having a girl, my husband, Casey, actually came up with her name while playing a video game of all things. So that's how her name came about, Sophia Marie. Oh, I already said that one. What advice do you have for moms that are trying to potty train their kid, but their kid isn't ready yet? I'm going to give you the same advice I give everybody every time I get asked this question and what I do with Sophia. Now, the biggest thing is patience, and as a parent, you should have tons of that by now. Patience, patience, patience. What I do with Sophia, I do not force her. I find if you force a child to do anything at all, especially something you really want them to do, like potty training, they think it's a game and they will not do it, or they will get scared to do it. So what I do with Sophia is as soon as she wakes up in the mornings, I ask her, I say, do you have to use the potty? Normally she'll say yes. So whenever she says, why do I look blue? Whenever she says yes, I'll put her on the potty and leave her on there for about 2 minutes, and I'll sit in there with her, and if she doesn't do anything, I'll ask her again. I say, do you have to go pee or poo? And if she says yes, I'll leave her on there for 3 minutes longer. I only leave her on the potty for a total of about 5 minutes if she keeps telling me yes. But if I put her on the potty and she tells me no, that she doesn't have to go no more for some reason, I take her off. I do this as soon as she wakes up, in the middle of the day around noon, and right before bedtime. Sometimes I'll get lucky. What are you doing? Just laying on the floor. Sometimes I will get lucky during the day, in between morning, afternoon, and right before bedtime, and she will come to me and say, Mommy, I gotta use the potty. So then I'll put her on and do the same thing. I never leave her on there for 5 minutes, because if she doesn't do anything within the 5 minutes she's on there, she ain't gonna do anything at all. I just lost my place. Oh. But the biggest thing I can tell you is just have a lot of patience. Don't try to force it. Don't try to rush it. I know you're probably getting sick and tired of them diapers and pull-ups, but just take your time. Tell your child to take their time. And if it helps, try to use my technique that I use on Sophia. And let me know how that goes, by the way. There's a bee flying outside. Next question is, how has your relationship with your husband changed since having a child? Our relationship changed for the better. It made our relationship stronger, and it made us have a lot more patience with everything that we do. Whenever you have a child when you're young and you're in a relationship, a lot of them relationships don't really last. You have to put a lot of work in a relationship. Even if you don't have a kid, relationships do take a lot of work, but having a child makes a relationship sometimes so much more stressful. So, our relationship is a lot better now that we have a child than it was before we had a child. Finish this sentence. You know you're a mom when. You know you're a mom when you can't stay up sometimes past 10 to 10:30 at night because sleep is so sacred to you, and you're so tired at the end of the day. You're just like, oh my gosh, I want to go to bed. Like, Sophia usually falls asleep around 9 or 9:30 on a good night, and I'll try to stay up an hour and a half after she goes to bed to spend some time with my husband because he does work a lot. But half the time, I just pass right out. Like, right as soon as she goes to bed, I'll pass right out. And I feel bad, but being a parent is really tiring. And Sophia, I'm trying to go through her speech with her now because she started stuttering, and I'm pretty sure it's just a phase because it just started all at once, and she never really hit her head or anything too hard to where I would be more concerned about maybe a brain injury, but she started stuttering. So I don't interrupt her whenever she's like in a sentence and she stutters on a single word, but as soon as she's done, I'll tell her, okay, baby, you gotta slow down a little bit, and then I'll go over the word that she got stuck on with her, and I'll have her repronounce it and all of that. If it keeps up for 2 to 3 more weeks, then I am going to call her doctor because, I read on the internet, like, if you put in the stuff for a freaking headache, they tell you have cancer, but I put in 2-year-old mysteriously suddenly starting to stutter. And they just said some kids do go through phases around 2 to 2.5 where they stutter because their brains are working faster than their mouths. So they said that if it is longer than 2 to 3 months, then to get in contact with their doctor. And in 2 to 3 weeks, it'll be like 2 months. So I think I'm going to get in touch with her doctor here soon just to make sure. I really wouldn't mind if my child stuttered, but I would just like to know if I would have to get her in speech so I can get her in there ASAP. The last and final question I have is, where are your favorite places to take your daughter? My all-time favorite places, anywhere outside, parks, rivers, lakes, carnivals, fairs, anything like that. I love to have her outside and active because that's how I was when I was little, and I love it. I love being outside. I'll take her to the mall sometimes to let her ride, like the little kiddie rides they'll have there, or just let her walk around and pick out something out of like Claire's or Toys R Us or something like that. But that is all of the questions you guys had for me, and I thank you so much to everyone that participated. Oh my gosh, that bee's back. That participated. Sorry, I'm like all over the place. I'm really hyped up on coffee right now. It's been a long day. But Again, thank you guys so much. Thank all of you who have ever liked I Love Being a Young Mom. I did not plan on it to take off the way it did. I'm so thankful for my amazing admins and you amazing fans. If you have any more questions for me or any of the other admins, always feel free to leave them in a message or post them on our wall. Or you can always email us. Sometimes some of us might give out our email for personal, like more on a personal level questions, I guess you could say. And don't forget to like our I Love Being a Young Mom private like sex talk page for women, and we have one for men and women, and we also have a depression support group too. Be sure to check those out. But thank you, thank you, thank you everyone. I love being a young mom, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.